Over in the commercial media, times are tough, especially in newspapers. Here's an excerpt from an email sent out by a News Limited executive in Western Australia.
Last Sunday, we published an article in our real estate section that failed Journalism 101. As the Managing Director of the Sunday Times, I unreservedly apologise for the article.
Goodness, the Managing Director no less. It's usually the editor who worries about editorial content. Managing directors of newspapers worry about money, and usually that means advertisers. And to whom was this grovel addressed?
To our valued real estate clients.
That's right, real estate agents, who, thanks to those endless house for sale ads, account for a sizable chunk of the Sunday Times' revenue. Not to mention what they contribute to realestate.com.au, by far the leading property website in Australia, which is 60% owned by News Limited. So what was this abysmal journalism that Mr. Scott was apologising for? It was a double-page spread in the Sunday Times'
Weekend Property. Home Alone. It can cost more than $20,000 to sell your home through a real estate agent. We speak to 2 vendors who decided to go it alone.
No, without an agent? And look at them. They're positively beaming.
Being able to talk directly with the buyers ensured queries could be answered quickly and efficiently.
We saved about $17,000 and put in about 19 hours' work in 5 weeks.
Well, you can imagine how the Sunday Times' valued real estate clients reacted to that piece. Actually, you don't have to imagine it, because we can show you. It was kicked off by investment property specialist Mark Hay, with an email addressed to pretty much every real estate agent west of the Nullarbor. It was, as they say, heavy with irony.
Fellow colleagues, for those of you who use the Murdoch-backed Sunday Times, you will have no doubt noted the huge push they gave us as agents in their wonderful article on page 4 and 5 this weekend.
Mr. Hay didn't mess about.
Can I encourage you to boycott the paper in light of this? Or better still, this is a perfect reason why we as agents should build our own website to challenge realestate.com.au and the others who keep putting the squeeze on us. Anyone interested?
Lots of people were.
I'm interested in a change from this. David Whiteman, Ray White.
It is heartening to see the discussion around creating a new industry-owned and controlled website. Jeff Baldwin, Remax, WA.
The Davey Group would be behind a move to advertise through Rewa.com only. Andrew Davey.
Mark Hay was over the moon.
Wow, the response has been overwhelming. By far the huge majority confirm we should crank up Rewa.
Rewa is the Real Estate Institute of Western Australia, which has long had its own property ad website.
Feature properties for sale.
And has recently teamed up with the Sunday Times' rival, the West Australian, to produce
westrealestate.com.au.
The West is spruiking its new website for all it's worth.
West Real Estate. This exciting new site is offering vendors a free listing when their agent is a current Rewa subscriber.
No wonder the managing director of the Sunday Times was freaking out at the thought of all those valued real estate clients jumping ship. Hence his crawling email.
I give you my personal guarantee that the Sunday Times will work hard to restore our relationship to the mutual good health and prosperity that we have achieved together over many years.
The problem was, wrote Jason Scott, that the Home Alone piece was unbalanced because it
did not contain any response from agents or real estate industry groups, and nor did it look at vendors who had tried to sell their houses privately, who had then appointed an agent and got the right result.
Well, that's true, and it was a bit of a puff job for one particular do-it-yourself consultancy. But some of the offended agents weren't going to be fobbed off with a private apology. Glenn Buckley of Think Pink Realty, yes, that's its name, wrote back to Mr. Scott in a nice pink font.
Your apology is noted. However, what is clearly required here is a full rebuttal in this week's issue of your newspaper.
Well, he didn't get that, but what he did get in that Sunday's Weekend Property was a full double-page puff job for real estate agents.
Agent wanted. Why are agents worth the money? Following last week's article on private selling, we look at the other side.
3 happy clients and no fewer than 7 deeply sincere real estate agents. And why was that published, we asked the acting editor? Well, naturally,
To balance the one-sided feature that appeared on August 21st.
balance, the essence of sound journalism. No